reaction in the room when the dress lit up was amazing.
But I just want Heath to be like, wow, and shocked, and hopefully he thinks I look good.
I just...
Sideways,
Roma Chow, they'll wear that no problem. They're more like Americanized. But Roma Chow, they'll wear that no problem. They're more like Americanized.
Number 3, the light-up health hazard. The situation for Annie, 27, who is being hitched to Josh, her first cousin, according to North Carolina law, is a little surprising and beautiful. Weddings are and have always been the most important part of life for which every bride has her own dreams. Inspired by Winter Wonderland, Annie aspires to wear the largest, bingiest gown in Gypsy wedding history. Josh, the groom, claims that the two just bonded straight away because they are both romantical gypsies and have a common grandpa. Both had no other concern as they were madly in love and nothing else mattered. Annie plans to wed her first cousin in the dress of all dresses since she claims that romantical gypsies frequently do so. Annie, who wants to make a huge impression on her special day, contacts Boston-based Sandra Selly, a well-known gypsy seamstress, who accepts the task with enthusiasm. Sandra succeeds in creating a glamorous gypsy gown and 3 bridesmaid dresses she promised despite having only 5 days to do it. She assures Annie that she will be stunned and surprised and fall over.
She deals with a lot of Romney chows, and I just hope it turns out to be the best Romney dress ever. It's just gonna be the best Romney wedding. Wow!
When the bridal party arrived, trimmed with snow-white fur.
You brought a dream of reality here, y'all. They are magnificent, beautiful dresses.
Ready? Oh! Y'all look so
Chris,
good.
they are. Got it?
Annie is completely in the dark. Annie's dream dress.
Really love it. Look at it. Oh, I love it.
And I couldn't be more happy that it's my daughter having this wedding and my daughter's dreams coming true.
This is the best Romney dress I've ever clapped my eyes on in history. You just wait till they see it.
And trimmed with fox skins.
Look! Look at it!
I don't know about y'all, but I'm ready to try my dress on.
Oh, check you out!
When she sees it and would not let Annie down. But the main concern is, will the dress be ready on time or not? The Winter Paradise description is undoubtedly met by Annie's fantasy dress, which is adorned with 22 fox skins and covered in 80,000 rhinestones. But we'll say hideous is the word. The enormous garment glows in the dark thanks to light bulbs that are affixed to the train and a matching light-up crown. In addition, it has similar fluffy sleeves and a large fur collar, making it ideal for winter wedding. As Annie gets there, her outfit is still in process, so as a distraction, they present the bridesmaid dresses first to buy them some extra time, hoping it doesn't turn into a disaster. The mother of the bride is also worried, but the dress finally gets done on time. The glamorous bride decides to use a horse and cart to move around on her big day. But finding a way to exit the vehicle is difficult. It's difficult to maneuver in a room covered in light bulbs and a big train, especially if you're wearing stilettos. It was difficult for the bride to cross through the narrow hallways as the dress was one too big. Not even just that, Sandra brought an actual fire extinguisher in case the dress caught fire. After finally making it inside, Annie encounters her soon-to-be husband and makes her way down the aisle, dodging candles along the way.
All hour, with burning candles everywhere, she's fully focused on Annie's dress.
These the hands.
That will encourage you to chase your dream. And Anthony, repeat after me. Josh, I give you this ring.
I give you this ring.
Husband and wife.
The bride makes it to the priest for the grand finale. Annie flips the switch.
Reaction in the room when the dress lit up was amazing. And
More than happy, it's a family affair.
Americans think, oh my God, first cousins, you know, they're just crazy.
And luckily, no need for that fire extinguisher.
But it's not end of the world.
They love it. When the lights...
I'm gonna cry. She's a beautiful bride.
Everybody wants some cake? Yeah! All right, let's get these. Winter Wonderland I had pictured in my head came true.
Number 2. ALYSSA'S wedding dress. Barbie girls, from the time they are young, dream of one day getting married and raising a family of their own. Alyssa plans a magnificent Cinderella-themed wedding for herself and her future husband, and she wants her wedding day to be gorgeous and reminiscent of Cinderella. Sandra had high hopes that it would be large enough. But anything that Barbie girl wants to play with will always be inadequately sized for her. It looks like something out of a fairy tale, and the only place where it would be proper to wear it would be in a large cathedral or a castle. The garment has a lot of intricate details, which make it look a little tacky. Because of Alyssa's reaction to the wedding dress, she felt an overwhelming sense of delight, and she was on the verge of shedding tears of happiness because of how happy she was. Alyssa believed that the dress would complement her physique in the most ideal way, and that it would look stunning on her, just as her friends had predicted it would.
She wants a big Cinderella-like wedding dress to go with her big Cinderella
Hey, what's happening?
like wedding. I hope it's big enough. It's never big enough for a Romney girl.
Holy.
Think about being a bride from the time they're a little girl. Romney girls, they think.
Oh my God. Look how poofy it is. Like a fairy tale dress. It should be in like a huge church or like a castle. It's like,
Come on in.
jealous. It's like better.
I knew sister-in-law's going.
The matching dress. The dress is like,
You're gonna look hot in the.
I just want my boobs to be off. But how do I put it on?
This big needs an arm to maneuver the 630,000 crystals to a fairy tale gypsy bride.
I'm getting stabbed in the eye by it.
Over the top.
Like a Barbie.
I think we need a team.
Getting into a gypsy wedding dress, the army of helpers, to yards of tulle. To Melissa, it's all hands on deck to transform 3 layers of fabric.
To get a woman into this gigantic gypsy garment, regardless how hideous, was a hassle as the dress was one too big and had multiple layers of help because there were a total of 6 layers of fabric and 30,000 crystals involved. Everyone needs to contribute their time and effort if Alyssa is going to be transformed into a bride straight out of a fairy tale, but the struggle to carry said dress is definitely real. The desire of every young girl is to one day wear a wedding gown that distinguishes her from the other brides and helps her reach her full potential as the ideal bride, but this dress went slightly haywire. While shopping for dresses, one should almost always select a size larger than they normally would, despite the fact that it may be difficult to put on at times. Alyssa's friends teased her as she tried to put on all of the layers of the dress, but at the same time, they were not entirely wrong about it because it does look outworldly. We're just not sure in a good way.
Being the shining the last gypsy when it comes to the wedding dress. Bigger is the wedding is the goal for all ultimate bride and out Romney girls. When no matter how difficult,
Oh my God. I feel like I'm
always best to put on.
birthday cake.
It's gonna be
How are you gonna
hard for us to put her in that wedding dress because
come out in my big, huge dress?
I can't believe my cousin's getting married.
I love it.
Alyssa, she looks like.
Is it Romney enough?
This
Looks like a princess. She should be born in a castle.
is definitely the ultimate gypsy wedding dress that I've.
Number 1. Savannah's Eiffel Tower-inspired ensemble. The young woman boasted that she had a stunning pink and black outfit made with 50,000 black crystals. Not only that, but the one-of-a-kind ensemble also featured a Swarovski Eiffel Tower and 900 feet of pink cloth for the skirt. Savannah starred on the show My Big Fat American Gypsy Wedding despite the fact that she was not actually a bride getting married. She had her heart set on a show-stopping gown that was custom-made for her opulent Sweet 16 party. Sandra, the dressmaker, was given the directive by Savannah to make it appear even more glitzy than it already was. But to think about an Eiffel Tower on a dress doesn't sound that very appetizing, does it? Well, she desired to stand out and give the impression that her dress was one of a kind. Sandra began putting together the peculiar attire and declared that she would be designing Savannah Paris, a clothing that personified the city of Paris. She was going to walk down the Champs-Élysées dressed in the most eye-catching attire that they had ever seen, which would be black and hot pink. Sandra gave the impression that she had just left the Folies Bergère and the Moulin Rouge by draping a 30 to 40-inch tall replica of the Eiffel Tower diagonally across her torso.
She is going to be expecting Swarovski crystals.
I want to already try it on already.
Oh my goodness. Oh my God.
And then this is all.
It's time for Mr. Anthony to give his verdict.
100%. That's something you see out of a magazine. It's just
like a work of art.
it's way too wild. It's way too short. It's definitely going to make a statement.
On top of the Eiffel Tower and all around it are 50,000 stones that look like crystals and are black in color. She started off by donning a can-can skirt, which calls for at least 300 yards of pink cloth. Then she moved on to the next outfit. Sandra claims that she cut it apart and built a cage underneath it out of wire and around 20 yards of boning so that she may wear a French mini underneath it, which looked a little extra. Savannah could be seen greeting her Sweet 16 party guests as she came down an extravagant flight of stairs while wearing the eye-catching gown. When asked about the pink gown, many people's opinions on the internet were split into two different directions. One individual said, "OMG, I freaking love it." Another person was of the opposite opinion and stated, "Looks so cheap yet costs so much." Some said that this dress was the worst dress they could ever have seen, which could not be overlooked as the dress does seem like a mere piece of tacky, immature bling.
It's a lot of work.
I know. It was.
You dealt with the Roma Chow?
I've been making these dresses.
Like, they don't even know the language. I don't want to make a statement, especially because I'm an adult, so I don't want to get that out there. A leader in the Gypsy community, it's just not matching our culture. And it's kind of wild. Don't get me wrong, her work was awesome. That's so not the way we dress.
What do I do? The one. That's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna buy another.
As to what
That's all for today, folks. See you all in the next video.